Hare Krishna. Ajnanaatimirandasya jnananjana shalakaya chaksharonmilitam yena tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Shvapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Tapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo vachapaditanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gauri Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Kirim Yatrupadu Mande Shri Gurundana Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. Can everyone hear my voice?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Dandavad
Prabhuji.
Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavad Pranam.
Hope everyone is doing well, and the problem here is, the power. Then power is, is gone. Internet is gone. Even if power is there, internet is not there. It's very tricky, actually. So hope everyone is doing well, and yeah, actually, very soon, as soon as possible, I'll come back. But some problems here.
How is mother doing, Prabhuji?
My mother actually recovered from COVID, but she's developing other complications. And first time in my life, she asked me, "Don't go wait," So, and she's not actually now. She recovered from COVID, but she's not feeling well. That's the thing. All right. I have not done anything to her, unfortunately. I mean, I left home so many decades ago. So I see her probably 2-3 days in a year, and that's it. A little difficult, but what can I do?
Is she in the hospital, Prabhuji? Or?
No, she's not in the hospital, but she is actually in the home only. But some complications, which I cannot tell on the call. But she does have. Yes, she's actually not doing well. She's actually great sadhaka. Somehow she's running the show, but otherwise she chants every day 32 rounds, and she does like 2 to 3 hours of dhyana. I mean, meditation, which she has been doing. Definitely devotee of Krishna, and from childhood. So she's pulling along. Otherwise, she has what do you call? I don't know what it is called in English. Panting. Panting. That's a word in English actually. Panting, but Telugu ayasam. So she's using medicines, no doubt. So many devotees. I spoke to Yugal Kishore, and we have a couple of doctors. There are so many doctors here in India also. So that's what I can tell. So anyway, today, actually last week, I wanted to speak on Advaita Charya because it was Advaita Charya Parents' Day. But somehow what happened, the internet went off the night before. I was waiting, it'll come, but it didn't come. So Panchatattvatmakam Krishna, Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhakta Avataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. You know, so Panch Krishna appeared, one day of Brahma Krishna appears, right? 999 yugas, he doesn't appear. So when Krishna appears, the Dwapar Yuga becomes the Treta comes second, and Dwa means two. It should come second. But when Krishna comes, Dwapara becomes a third. That is a sign Krishna is coming actually. Other 999 Divya Yugas, Krishna, what is that? Vishnu's incarnations, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu's incarnations will come. But when the Krishna comes in the next Kali Yuga, Lord Chaitanya comes. And that is when the doors for Golok Vrindavan are open actually. Otherwise, the doors for Golok Vrindavan are not open. You know, do you know if you go to Golok Vrindavan, what you will see? I mean, other times, nothing. You don't see anything. So people say, like, for example, other yugas, if you go, what? But there is a keyword. The keyword when you say, because everything is mantra there. The keyword when you say, then you will see the doors open. Then suddenly the dham manifests in front of you. I mean, before you. So devotees know that mantra actually. Those especially, so when you say that mantra, then only everything in mantra form only. But means mantra form means it's invisible. But when you say mantra, suddenly the dham will manifest and you'll see the whole Golok. So only Gaudiya, Vaishnava devotees, they know this, nobody else. So Lord Chaitanya, means Krishna himself, he has manifested in the form of 5 tattvas. Panchatattvatvam Krishnam. Bhaktarupa, he comes as a devotee. Swarupa, his expansion, Nityananda Prabhu. And Bhaktavataram, he is Advaita Acharya. And Bhaktavataram, Bhaktakyam, all the devotees represented by Srivas Thakur. Bhakta Shakti, energy, the hell of Radharani. What's his name? Gadadhar Pandit. So Krishna is one, but he comes Lord Chaitanya. He comes as Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya manifests in 5 forms. So of the 5, first 3, Lord Chaitanya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, there are 3 Prabhus. Especially Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, they are Vishnu Tattva. So they are Vishnu Tattva. Though the 3 are Prabhus, Lord Chaitanya and Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Chaitanya is actually Mahaprabhu. The way Krishna is the origin of Vishnu Tattva, Lord Chaitanya is the master of Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya actually. So that for that reason, Nityananda Prabhu and Advaita Acharya, though they are Vishnu Tattva, they consider themselves as servants of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu is Balram himself, expansion, Krishna's expansion, first immediate expansion. And Advaita Acharya is actually, there are a couple of verses in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Mahavishnu or Jagatkarta, Maya Yat Srijatyada, Tasyavatara Evayam, Advaita Acharya Mishwara. Advaita Acharya is an incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the action of Maya. So, and also, the another verse is Advaitam, Haranadvaitam, Acharya Bhakta Samsanat, Bhaktavatar Mishantam, Advaita Acharya Masraye. Advaitam, Harina Advaitam. He's not different from Hari. And that's for that reason he's called Advaita. And because he propagates the path of bhakti, is called Acharya. You know, he preaches by example. This is called Acharya. That way, he is actually is definitely Vishnu Tattva, Supreme Lord. But he is appearing as Lord's devotee. You know, to set the example. You know, to establish the example. So sometimes, you know, because, you know, we don't like Advaita, you know, ours is bhakti path of bhakti, right? So the meaning of Advaita here is actually non-dual. So like, for example, we have Brahma Samhita, Advaitam Achyutam Anadimananta Rupam. So Krishna, he appears in so many forms, but he is non-dual. You know, though there are so many forms, there is no duality. They are all one. That is Krishna. So the word Advaita is different from Advaitacharya. Advaita means non-dual here. You know, so you're understanding, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So what is that? And in the creation, there are two. What is that? Efficient cause and material cause. Nimitta karan, so padan karan. You know, and I don't remember the exact names for that, but efficient cause and material cause. You know, metal cause is called upadana. First one is anyway. So what is the role of Mahavishnu in creation? Necessity kalam talam jivanti lama vilaja jagadandanada Vishnu Mahavishnu sa ihayasya kala visesha govindamadi purusham tam bhaja. So Mahavishnu, what he does, you know, from his pores the universe is eminent, right? But what is that? For the he also he glances on Pradhan, and he glances and he agitates the Pradhan. That's how the Mahatattva means. Pradhan means the elements are there, but inactive state. But when Mahavishnu glances, his glance agitates them and Pradhan, and it brings it to an active state that's called Mahatattva. And that's where, you know, the material cause is actually Lord Shiva. You know, so Lord Shiva comes in contact with, you know,
I'm not able to hear. Is anyone else having issue?
Yes, Prabhuji.
if everyone can, no, what is that? The videos, if you can, if you keep only audio on, because I think the signal is not very strong here. You know, so if you can all mute your videos, that way, you know, the bandwidth. So, so what is that? So the Lord Shiva, that glance is Lord Shiva, right? That's where the, you know, Mahatattva is agitated, where all the, what is that? The creation continues. For that reason, Advaitacharya is also non-different from Lord Shiva. You know, and Gaur Ganodishadipka says, actually, what is that? You all know Lord Shiva is actually, he's in Vrindavan as Dwarpal, Gopeshwar Mahadev, Kundeshwar Mahadev. So, but he also, in that Vaishnavana Meda Shambhu, he's also, what is that? He comes as definitely, takes part in Krishna's Rasrila as Gopi also. But Gaurgana Dishugipka, written by Kavi Karanapur. So there is a, so he says, one day Lord Shiva saw Krishna and Balram playing, and there he wanted to also, play like that. So he came as cowherd boy. To take part in that Sakyaras with the Krishna and Balram. So he's actually though he's called, what is it? Advaitajar is considered incarnation, but he's also Sadasiva, so it's a combination actually, This is what is called ontology. In Gaur Lila, Bhaktavataram, that's, it's incarnation of Mahavishnu, So he was much older than Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya appeared, he was already actually, 52-year-old. But, he was, what is that? He appeared in Sylhet, Bangladesh, today's Bangladesh. His parents, Kubera Pandit and Nabha Devi. Kuber Pandit again, Gaur Ganodishadeva says, he is actually, Kuber Pandit is incarnation of, is actually, what is it, Kubera, and Krishna Leela. So Kuber is very dear friend of Lord Shiva, right? So Advaitacharya appeared to the parents, His name is Kamalaksha because his eyes his eyes are like lotus petals. Also, he's also called a Kamalakanta Veda Pinchanan. That is another name. So but later part of his life, Advaitacharya, he settled in Santipur, but he also had a home in Navadvip. He went to Vrindavan, for some time, and that's when he got the deity Madan Gopal, which, he got Madan Gopal deity, whom he worshipped. And when he wanted to return to Navadvip, he gave the deity to Purushottam Chaube, who gave it to Sanatan Goswami, And what is that? So Sanatan Goswami, and that is today's Madan Mohan deity actually. So Advaitacharya was very senior, and he came to Navadvip and he started a school, for preaching. He started a school for preaching, and he was the leader of devotees. What is his name? Srivas Thakur. So they're all together, devotees. But when he saw everyone was very degraded by the power of Kali Yuga, he felt very bad actually. He felt very bad, and what is that? He felt so bad. One day, of course, this is only Leela, what is that? In Gautamiya Tantra, he knew this verse, Tulasi Dalamatrena, Jalasya Chulukinava, Vikrinite Somatmanam Bhaktebhyo Bhaktavatsala. What is that? it says, if anybody worships Krishna with a tulsi leaf and Ganga water, jalasya, so Supreme Krishna loves them so much, he sells himself to them. Krishna becomes so pleased. He sells himself to those people who offer him tulsi leaf and Ganga water. So Advaitacharya had this, what do you call that? Telegram Sila. I think Damodar Sila actually, yeah. Still there in Santipur. You can see in, those of you, if you go to Advaita Bhavan, you can see that, So, what is that? So what he did, he intensely prayed on the bank of Ganga, offering tulsi leaf and Ganga water. Onkar, he would make, he petitioned Krishna to descend. He felt as Mahavishnu, he felt himself unqualified to deliver people. That's Leela. He wanted Lord Chaitanya Krishna to descend. So what is that? The three internal reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance, three external reasons. One of the external reasons is Advaitacharya's. Actually, the prime external reason is actually Advaitacharya's call. So Advaitacharya call made Lord Chaitanya descend to this metal world, for the deliverance. So, what is that? Advaitacharya, he lived for 125 years. His wives, Sita Thakurani and Shri, his energies. Sita Thakurani is the one when Sachimata gave birth to Nimai, she came with all the gifts. When she saw the baby, everything is Krishna except the color. That's how she named him, because he was born under neem tree. It is Sita Thakurani who named him Nimai. So even they have a wonderful relationship, family, friends. So Advaitacharya, when he was living in Navadvip, you all know what is that? Madhvendrapuri. Madhvendrapuri was, Supreme Lord, the Krishna Gopal, deity Gopal asked Madhvendrapuri to bring Chandan from Jagannath Puri. So Madhvendrapuri walked all the way from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri, but on the way he stopped in Navadvip. So when Advaitacharya saw him, he understood this is a super exalted devotee. You all know what is the spiritual form of Madhavendra Puri? Kalparuksha. One time I asked Bhakti Vidya Purna Maharaj, and Maharaj said that Divyad Vrindaranya. He quoted that verse and he said, the tree under which Radha and Krishna they were sitting, that Kalparuksha is actually Madhavendra Puri. Anyway, so Lord Ramchandra had, they all do set examples, right? So Krishna had Guru, Lord Ram has Guru, Lord Ramchandra had Guru. So Advaitacharya also accepted Madhavendra Puri as the Guru. That way, he was actually Lord Chaitanya's Guru's god brother. Lord Chaitanya's Guru's god brother, Ishvara Puri. So anyway, what is that? He received initiation and he was intensely praying. And he made Lord Chaitanya descend. The one thing for sure we should discuss is two things actually. Lord Chaitanya does not like Mayavad. Second thing is the Vaishnava Parad. You know, and time permits some more stories. So, we'll see first on Mayavada. So, Lord Chaitanya is the one who wrote this verse, Trinada Pisanichana. You know, if you want to attain the perfection of life, you know, you want to attain the awaken that love of God. So one should be humbler than blade of grass, more tolerant than tree, not expecting respect, giving respect everywhere. So for that reason, the Lord Chaitanya is actually Supreme Personality of God. It's Krishna himself. Lord Chaitanya was very humble and loyal to Advaitacharya. Because Advaitacharya is his Guru's god brother and older, much older. You know, good friends with Jagannath Mishra. Jagannath Mishra passed away. But Advaitacharya did not like that. No, you deal with everyone so lovingly, but when you come to us, when you come to me, you give a lot of respect. I don't want that. So how do I make sure that you also treat me as your servant the way you do you deal with everyone? So what Advaitacharya did, he moved out of Navadvip and he started staying in Santipur and started preaching Yoga Vasishtam, written by Shankaracharya. Yoga Vasishta has so many, is filled with all impersonal aspects. It's totally, the book is totally impersonal. And he was preaching to people. Then what happened? The message spread, very fast that he is doing this. Lord Chaitanya was upset. How is it that you're doing this? So one day, Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they decided to visit Advaitacharya in Santipur. So to visit Advaitacharya in Santipur. And what happened? So they swam across Ganga and they reached Santipur. And Lord, then what is that? And Advaitacharya saw Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu coming. Immediately he started speaking. Supreme Lord is so great, he's impersonal, invisible, he's absolute, he has no name, no form. Lord Chaitanya couldn't believe his eyes. What is this? This is Advaitacharya. Your calls made me descend. And can you hear?
Yes, Guruji.
Guruji, we lost you in between.
I'm sorry. No, your calls made me descend. And after descending, what you're telling, so I don't have a form, I don't have a name, I don't have, I'm an illusion. Hare Krishna. So he became very angry. Then he went inside and pulled him down, started beating him actually. started beating him. And then, Sita Thakurani came and said, please wait, he's an old man, don't do that, please. His Lord Chaitanya was, he was raging. If you really want to do this, why did you call me to descend? Then Haridas Thakur was there laughing because they were all God brothers, right? So what is that? And then please don't do that, He's an old man. Then Aditya humiliates your respect gone, touching my feet. And the whole world to know your divinity. Thank you very much for accepting me as your servant and giving me punishment. All these days you're pushing me aside, you're putting me aside. By wearing this garb of humility. And he started laughing. And what is that? When Lord Chaitanya, understood he was strict by Advaitacharya, he felt very, he felt ashamed actually. He felt he felt ashamed. So Mayavad is very dangerous. Mayavad is very, very dangerous actually. Whenever Prabhupada would speak, when he was in Second Avenue, devotees in Second Avenue would think maybe Mayavad is a group in India that Prabhupada did not like or probably had problems. That's why he's telling, we should not have Mayavad. But eventually they understood Mayavad means, say, we have a desire to enjoy independent of Krishna. And unless we become pure devotees, everyone's heart is filled with Mayavad. Everyone's heart is filled with Mayavad. And Prabhupada is talking about them, not some group in India he had problems with. And there was no, So that's why Rupa Goswami says real bhakti starts after liberation, right? Otherwise, bhakti is tinged with modes, Rajagun, Tamagun, and Sattvagun. So, so what is that? So that is again, Lord Chaitanya, should not hear anybody actually. So one lecture actually, what is that? One lecture I heard where it said, there may be so many great people, but my life was changed by Srila Prabhupada. So let me read Prabhupada books first and understand him first. After reading all the 60, 70 books written by Prabhupada, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, all these Upanishads, nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, then once you have an idea what Prabhupada is, once you have that maturity, by this to happen, it will be 25 plus years with all the activities you're doing. Then if you want to read other books, you can. Otherwise, you may be confused. So, what is that? Prabhupada, in that mood of a Balram, in the mood of Balram, sometimes Prabhupada would say, I'll kick you with, I'll kick those people with boots. Read only my books. Why? Because Prabhupada wanted us to progress. Not that he was limiting us, whatever path books. But the moral is, if you see every entire Bhagavad Gita or in Bhagavatam, you will see the mention of Mayavad. Because Mayavad is detrimental to bhakti. Mayavad is actually totally against bhakti actually. So what is that? That is one, this pastime. Can you believe Lord Chaitanya had to come out of his, so humble. He's the one who wrote Trunada Visanichana, but he has gone to the extent of beating Advaitacharya. The second one is Lord Chaitanya takes sannyas. Lord Chaitanya, he took sannyas, and after he took sannyas, the devotees from so one morning, Mother Sachi got up, devotees, they rushed every day morning, they would see Lord Chaitanya actually, because everyone saw Krishna's form of Lord Chaitanya, during Mahaprakash Leela. We'll come to there actually, that is another thing. But let me finish. I think, we should finish that actually, yeah. Vaishnava Parad. So Lord Chaitanya exhibited Mahaprakash Leela, Sat Prahara Leela. 21 hours, Lord Chaitanya exhibited his divinity to what is his name? To Hari Kola Sridhar. He showed entire Golak Vrindavan. He revealed his Krishna form. To Murari Gupta, he revealed his Lord Ram form. Devotees were all asking benedictions. One devotee said, my father doesn't want me to go to attend this program. Please bless my father that he become a devotee. That's his answer, granted. Another person said, my husband is not a devotee, please bless him that he'll become a devotee. Granted. So everyone was asking benedictions, and Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was actually he's showing his revelations and granting benedictions just like that. It was a wonderful festive atmosphere. Hare Krishna. Then what happened? But everyone was there, but one person was not there. Who is that? Sachimata, mother of demigods. She was Atithi, and when Lord Chaitanya came as Vamandev, she was Prithni. When Lord Chaitanya Krishna came as Prishnigarpa. So everyone was receiving grace, but not Lord Mother Sachi. Then they said, my Lord, you are giving grace, Krishna Prema to everyone. You should also give to your mother. We will call her. No, said Lord Chaitanya, no. I will not give Krishna Prema to her. She is an offender. Wow. Why she is an offender? Lord Chaitanya's elder brother was Vishwarup. Vishwarup, he would take on regular basis, on daily basis, he would take association of Advaitacharya. Excuse me, I'm sorry. He would take the association of Advaitacharya. And Advaitacharya, devotees what they preach. Everything in this world is temporary. So, in the association of Advaitacharya and other devotees, Vishwarup understood the goal of life, understood the temporary nature of this world, temporary nature of relationships, eternal nature of the soul, and the eternal nature of service to Krishna. Hare Krishna. So when the parents arranged marriage for him, immediately he ran and he took sannyas. Mothers, parents, they don't want their children to join full time. This is not the problem today, but in the past also. So she felt in the mind, because of Advaitacharya only my son. Because of Advaitacharya only, I lost my first son. She felt that in the mind. She didn't say anything though. But then eventually noticed that Lord Sri Chaitanya got married and he was associating with the Advaitacharya on regular basis. Oh, no. Then Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. She couldn't take it. He's not Advaita, he's Dvaita. He says one, but he does one. He separates families. She was thinking all these things in the mind only. One lecture I was listening, Ayendra Prabhu, Hare Krishna mantra, when Lord Krishna descended as mantra, Lord Chaitanya descended as mantra form in this stage. What is the mantra? Hare Krishna mantra. So when you're chanting Hare Krishna mantra sincerely, you're in the presence of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there in your presence. So that way Mother Sachi is actually tongue of everyone, every devotee. Still Lord Chaitanya doesn't want to give love of Godhead, that Krishna Prema. How can we understand this? Into his mother. So when devotee said, he said, no, I cannot give. My mother offended Advaita. For that reason, I will not give. Then, then what happened? The devotees called her. Your son doesn't want to give you the love of God because of your offense towards Advaitacharya. When Advaitacharya heard, she offended me. She's the mother of the Devatas. She's mother of the universe. She's mother of the Supreme Lord. She offended me. Impossible. Advaitacharya started extolling the glories of Mother Sachi. The greatness of Mother Sachi. As he kept on glorifying the qualities of Sachi Mata, Advaitacharya became ecstatic and fainted. When he fainted, Mother Sachi was there. Sachi Mata was there. Immediately she bent down and took dust from the feet of Advaitacharya and put it on her head, because he will not allow anybody to take the dust. But when she took the dust and put on his head and on her head, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that, he forgave her. Saw that his mother took a very humble position and he forgave her. So we should not commit Vaishnava Aparadha. Vaishnava Aparadha is actually deadly. Then Vaishnava is deadly. Then what else? The third one is if you're clear on Vaishnava Aparadha, we should not criticize anybody actually. We should not criticize people, and we should not offend devotees. If we really want to go back to, and I'm talking to myself, then so that is Vaishnava Aparadha, and the third pastime is actually, so Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. He took sannyas and can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
So able, okay. what is it? No, here, the signal is coming and going. Actually, that's why. So what is it? So one day Sachimata, she woke up crying. All the devotees went to see Lord Chaitanya, but he was not there. She said, all the property of Vishnu belongs to devotees. My son left and went to take sannyas. Every day, everyone started crying. He went to take sannyas. Hare Krishna. Then everyone said, all right, we are going to jump in Gange. So Advaitacharya came. Advaitacharya said, devotees said, we'll all jump in Ganga and we'll end our life. So devotees decided to end their lives. Advaitacharya came. I'm going to jump in Ganga. If you stop me now, I'll jump in the night. I'll not stop you, but I'll also jump in Ganga. We'll all end our lives. Then they heard a voice in the sky. Supreme Lord, you all will be with him very soon. Please, don't end your lives. Supreme Lord will be with you very soon. So you all know Nityananda tricked him. So after he took Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, he said, I want to go to Vrindavan, I'll go to Vrindavan. So I'll go to Vrindavan. So Chandrasekhar Acharya and Nityananda were following Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya told the God voice, the sannyasi would ask you to where is show the path towards Yamuna, just show towards Ganga. So Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya was in ecstasy. So, and he was singing this, what is it? Etam sa astaya paratmanishtam adhyasitam pura tamher maharshipi ahantarishyami duranta param tama mukundangani seva. I'll cross this insurmountable ocean of nations by taking shelter of the Lord's feet of, by taking shelter of this boat. What is that boat? The Lord's feet of Krishna. And then what happened? So suddenly he saw, so whichever way they showed, he went that side. He went side, start taking bath, offering, Ramya Dhira Rampamana Gokatam Ma Punat Sarvadara Venda Bandhunandani. So Lord Chaitanya was glorying Yamuna. This is Yamuna. Suddenly, Advaitacharya came on a boat. Lord Chaitanya said, Advaitacharya, you in Vrindavan? And Lord Chaitanya and Advaitacharya made the famous statement. My Lord, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. What is Vrindavan? Vishaya Chadiya Kabe Suddha Habe Mana. When our heart is free from material desires and it's longing to serve only Krishna. Krishna and his devotees. The mood of gopis, especially Srimati Radharani. That is Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada, created New Vrindavan. Prabhupada said every temple is an extension of Vrindavan. Prabhupada said that. Why? Prabhupada heart is Vrindavan. So anyway, everyone went. So Lord Chaitanya, he took Lord Chaitanya home. And external Lord Chaitanya was unhappy with Nityananda Prabhu, but internally he was happy because Nityananda Prabhu knew what is good, what is the best for the devotees. Sachimata said, I don't know how long my son will stay, but you should allow me to cook. Mother Sachi cooked, Sachimata cooked. And this is what she told us in Advaitacharya's home. My son, if you go to Vrindavan, I will not know anything about you. I don't know about your whereabouts. But Puri and Navadvip, they're like two different rooms in the same home. Devotees constantly go to Navadvip, go from Navadvip to Puri. I'll get to hear the news about you, and I can live myself by getting the news about you. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, mother, in my craziness, I took sannyas. Please forgive me. If you want, actually, I can give up sannyas. Lord Chaitanya fell at the feet of Mother Sachi, actually. I said, no. It's all right. But stay, make your residence free. But anyway, so then the Advaitacharya made us, Sita Thakurani, they made so many items. Chaitanya Charitamrita says that. Chaitanya Bhagavat also. So then, unlimited number of items. Lord Chaitanya saw that. Wow, Advaitacharya, you cooked so many items. I'm sure Krishna is pleased. So Advaitacharya said, the person for whom these items are meant, he only cooked it. We didn't cook anything. Please eat. No, I'm a monk, sannyasi, renunciate. So give me some fruits and roots. So no, Advaitacharya said, I know you very well. So when you're in Jagannath Puri, you later, Chappan Bhog 56 times. This is all meant for you. Listen now. It's too much. Lord Chaitanya said, I cannot eat this much. No, you can eat. Please eat. But Nitya Prabhu said, wow, past 3 days I am fasting only. Lord Chaitanya was also fasting. I thought at least today I'll get my good lunch. But now I understood this is nothing, very tiny morsel. Advaitacharya said, you are Avadut. By associating with you, we don't know what will happen to our caste. So then Nitya Prabhu, hearing that, what he did, he picked up rice, hit on the ground. And hit on the ground. One grain went and touched the body of Advaitacharya. And Advaitacharya started dancing. Wow. How many arguments in ISKCON? They culminate with both the parties dancing. Huh? How many devotees? When they have a serious argument, suddenly one person becomes ecstatic because of the another person. You're listening, right? So the point is, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat is all about sweet relationships with Krishna in the center. Without that, what is Chaitanya Charitamrita? Taking prasad, dancing, and a loving exchanges, actually. So, the another one is actually, Lord Chaitanya, and every year devotees should visit Jagannath Puri to see Lord Chaitanya. So one time there was actually Kirtan. Wonderful Kirtan. Every year, without fail, he would attend, come to without fail, he would come to. So one of his sons, 3 sons, is Achyutananda. Achyutananda He fainted. He fainted. And there was no sign of life. There was no sign of life. Then somebody said to, Aditya, your son fainted. Aditya did not say, that's okay. Mahavishnu, Lord Sadashiva. I'm not worried. To have affection on children is natural, right? She came and they tried, but there is no life here. Then everyone started chanting, nursing their prayers. Program but there is no sign of life. Then devotee started crying. Anything happens to, in the devotee, what is that? In the group, devotee congregation, there should be nice, when this type of relationships are there. This is my son. In Krishna Leela, nobody was envious of Yashoda. Everyone regarded Krishna as their own son. In fact, they loved Krishna more than their children, actually, which is impossible to see anywhere. So, what is that? Lord Chaitanya came. He placed his hand on Achyutananda, little Achyutananda. Achyutananda, rise. Why are you, sleeping? Achyutananda. Ever Haribol. He got up, started dancing. Wow. So Lord Chaitanya revived Achyutananda, actually. And then everyone all the devotees became very happy, actually. Achyutananda is one who was very, very dedicated to Lord Chaitanya. One time when sannyasi, he came to the home of Advaitacharya. And Advaitacharya invited him for prasad. And I said, I will not take prasad until you answer this question. What is the question? What is the relationship between Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Keshav Bharati Maharaj? You tell me this answer, then I will eat. Advaitacharya thought, this question can be answered in two ways. Couple of ways, actually. Materially, Keshav Bharati Maharaj is actually sannyas guru of Lord Chaitanya. But spiritually, Lord Chaitanya, Supreme Personality of Godhead, everyone is part and parcel. So Advaitacharya, so everyone is part and parcel of Lord Chaitanya, including Keshav Bharati. So, but he thought, let me answer the question first in a material way, then next in a spiritual way. So what he did, he said, Keshav Bharati Maharaj is sannyas guru of Lord Chaitanya. So when he said that, this Achyutananda came. He was a small boy. He was not even wearing clothes, actually. Achyutananda said, Father, what is it I have heard? I heard, what I heard is right. It means Kali Yuga really progressed. You are telling Keshav. Lord Chaitanya, Father Kali really progressed. What are you talking? Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Balramji is first expansion. His expansions is actually Mahavishnu when he lies down in the causal ocean. And universe is emanate from his pores. Then he enters into every atom. He enters into every every universe and he creates variety. As Garbhodaksa Vishnu, he lies on Garbhodak ocean from his navel. Mahavishnu, Brahma comes, the secondary creator. And Brahma is the one who creates all the jivas. But Father, you are telling, Jiva, this Jiva is actually Guru. Kali Yuga, really. Then Achyutan understand. Advaitacharya embraced him, started crying actually. Then the Guru, the sannyasi understood. Wow. As the father, as, as a son. So the sannyasi was very happy. He honored his prasad and left. Lord Chaitanya came. Lord Chaitanya came and Achyutananda ran. And Lord Chaitanya embraced him, actually took him on his lap. Lord Chaitanya, So what is faith? Very important. Conviction. We need to, not ordinary Shraddha, Apurva Shraddha. Intense. Then we'll go to the next level. Another everything goes fast and it will be Apurva, Nishta, Apurva. So it will be intense. Why Prabhupada made it and why others could not make it? Prabhupada's Shraddha was intense. It is not easy. I'm talking to myself. When the conditioning is, So what is the, who will come with us? What will come with us? Hare Krishna. Right? So if the human life is lost, what is the next life we'll get? We don't know. It'll happen to every one of us. But we should utilize human life to attain the perfection. The mother would cook, for 20, 30 people left and right. Today, they're struggling. Body is a machine. Hare Krishna. We'll the internet is not very clear, but then written will continue next week. And the weekends, it's a little difficult, but we can continue on Wednesday. Then Hare Krishna.
Okay, Prabhuji.
I'm ending
Thank you
it.
so much. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank
Hare
you
Krishna.
so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat.
దండవర్పణం ప్రభుజీ
Dhanavad Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.